Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
This week's featured veteran has knowledge on the B-29 Fortress, like the one that still flies out of Wichita, known as Doc.
Here's KSN's Jason Lamb with tonight's Veteran Salute.
Lynn Eichert was a 16-year-old teenager in Flint, Michigan when he heard about the attack on Pearl Harbor on the radio. By that time, he had already decided he wanted to join the Army Air Force as a pilot.
I enlisted because I wanted to select the service. I wanted to go in the Air Force, the Army Air Force, because I had a teenage desire to learn how to fly. That was in the early part of 1943.
Yep, Eichert, who visited the Warbird Squadron at the B-29 dock hangar this summer, was still in high school, but he wanted to fight for his country.
So our basic training was done on Miami Beach with a lot of hotels around. The Army evacuated civilians from the hotel, and they did their military training in the streets of Miami Beach.
That was in the summer of 1944. After that, Eichert was sent to Chickasaw, Oklahoma to learn to fly the PT-19 primary trainer.
After that, then they transferred us to a basic flying school where they had a little bit more powerful airplane, and we learned to fly that one. And that was at Garden City, Kansas.
Eichert flew more basic trainers in Independence, Kansas, before he was transferred to Waco, Texas, for advanced training on planes built by Cessna and Beechcraft.
And we had a ceremony on March the 11th, 1945, and that was a ceremony in which we graduated, received our wings, also received our rank of second lieutenant.
Then Eichert was assigned to learn how to co-pilot the B-17 bomber.
Yeah, that was our heavy bomber in Europe. That and the a B-24, which was another big aircraft, as big as the B-17.
After only 70 hours flying the B-17, the European war ended.
They wanted to move us into B-29s, which they use in the Pacific.
The B-29s were identical to Wichita's beloved Doc. Eichert never co-piloted the B-29 in the Pacific Theater.
Anyhow, I only got about 15 hours in before the Japanese war ended. You know, they dropped an atomic bomb on Japan, and they surrendered. And so they didn't need any more crew over there.
Eichert, who still has a love for military and civilian planes, was honorably discharged in November of 1945, and then he attended Purdue University on the GI Bill. He graduated with a degree in aeronautical engineering.
I really enjoyed the time because nobody was shooting at me. Like when you get over to a war theater, you could be injured, you know, or killed.
Eichert worked for Cessna as a flight test engineer and a test pilot for 38 years. He retired 30 years ago in 1993. Eichert will celebrate his 98th birthday on September 8th. Here for you, Jason Lamb, KSN News 3.
The Devon James Injury Lawyer is here with our Veteran of the Week, and that's a member of the greatest generation, Second Lieutenant Lynn Eichert, who faithfully served our country during World War II. On behalf of all of Kansas, thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you. And I was happy and glad to do it.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.